In this video, I want to show you how you can use the calendar feature of the Mega Pack to create your own custom calendar. So what we're going to do here, next to choose an option, is we're just going to go down to calendar and hit OK. Now this will load up the following screen. Our first option here is to choose our date range. Now, if we want to have a full calendar covering the full month, like we see in the preview here, the 1st to the 31st, what we need to do is choose the month we want to start it in. So if we go to January 2023 and then click the first day, so that's the 1st, which is a Sunday on there. And then here, we need to select the last day of the month. This will ensure that our calendar will cover all the dates in the month. If for some reason you don't want the calendar to show or cover all the dates in the month, you can of course select a different date, but for most purposes, for the from, you want to go for the first day in the month. And on your to, you want to go for the last day in the month. So here, December, and I'm going to hit 31st, which is Sunday. Now, our next option here is that we can choose a different font for our month heading here. So this will allow you to select from any font that you have installed on your computer. And then it will show you the preview of that font to the side there. And then here we have various styling options, including the font size, the alignment. So at the moment it's center, but you could have it to the left or to the right. Whether you want this in bold and or italic. And you can choose how the month at the top displays. So by default, it's just on the short version Jan, but you can choose any of the ones here. So if I hit January 2022, it will look like that for my date range. Or if I hit Jan 22, obviously then it will be January 22. It'll be for my range, it will be January 23, February 23, and so on. Our next option here is for our calendar headings. Now these are our headings above each box. So the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can change these if you want to different letters or words or phrases. It's completely up to you. And then again, as with our header, a month header, you have options to change the font for them, the font size and styling, such as the alignment, and whether you want them bold or italic. And then for our day numbers, so that's our numbers inside our boxes, we can again choose a different font, whichever one we like. And again, we get the preview. We can choose the size, our alignment again, whether we want it left, center, or right, and bold or italic. And lastly, on this side, we have the options for our notes header. Now, by default, this is called notes, but you can change the text here to whatever you want, and that will obviously, in your final version, update there. And again, we have the same options. Again, we can choose a different font for it, different font size, and our alignments, and of course, bold or italic. Now, once we've finished that side and we're happy with all our settings, our final settings here are our page setup. So this is obviously the size of the page that we want this calendar to be created on. So at the moment, it's on 8.25 by 8.25, so it's square. But if I change this, let's go for 8.5. And then 11. And then here we have an option to set our left and right margin. That's obviously our margin either side here. We can also set a top and bottom margin, obviously top and bottom. And in addition to this, we can also add a gutter margin. So this will, or inside margin, gutter or inside margin, and this will basically add an extra margin on the inside of the book to prevent your content sort of getting sucked into the center. This is particularly true on books with a higher amount of pages. But if you do have any questions about setting a gutter margin or what size your gutter margin should be, I do recommend that you go on KDP's website, and they do have a little table which shows you the different minimum margin sizes, including gutter and inside margin also. In this example, I'm just going to hit 0 on there. And then down here, my final option is to choose where I want my calendar to be saved. Now, I have a few options here. I can save as a PowerPoint file. Now, this of course can be opened in many different programs. PowerPoint, obviously, you can import that to Canva, Google Slides, OpenOffice can open LibreOffice, Keynote. A variety of different programs can open and edit the file. A PDF file. Now, if you want to edit in Affinity Designer, this is the option you choose. And of course, an OpenOffice presentation, which is OpenOffice's default file type. Again, you can open that in a vast range of programs too. For now, let's hit PowerPoint. And then what we're going to do, we call this 2023 calendar. And then we hit save. And then hit OK. And then it's created. So if I open that, I can show you. We have the calendar all the way down to December. And it's created to my specifications with my font and margin sizes. And of course, not only that, these templates or this calendar that you've created is fully editable, so you can change things. You can add your own features, you can move things around, different fonts, different styling, different coloring. It's as if you've made this calendar yourself in PowerPoint. Now I just want to also have to click no there to Canva. Just wait for that to load. Click upload. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that file I made earlier, so 2023 calendar. And we just wait for that to upload down here. And we click that. And then here we have our template or our interior, a calendar imported into Canva. And again, we have the same options as we do in PowerPoint. We can edit this just in the same way as if you've created this in Canva yourself. Like so, you can of course move things around, change different fonts, add different elements, of course, just the same way as if you've created this in Canva yourself. And then again, if I just quickly go back into the Mega Pack, and I'm just going to quickly create a PDF calendar. I'm not going to change any of the settings this time, but I just want to also show you in Affinity Designer. So do Affinity PDF, save, right, and let's load up Affinity. And then open my PDF here, load all pages, And again, we have our interior just as before. And of course we can edit, modify, change our styling, our fonts, add different elements, just as you normally would in Affinity Designer. Now, I hope this quick introduction to the calendar feature of the Mega Pack helps you. Thank you for watching.